So let's dive straight into the action. This is the player I really want to keep my eye out for on this map. We saw Nameless run third story red yesterday, and he made it his own. Honestly, everyone that jumped on the B flag just, well, he did very bad things to them, Ro.
Yeah, I mean, every single event that I actually watch these guys play at, Nameless is the standout player for me, as particularly for Envy, so it's going to be great to see what he gets up to here. And as you've mentioned, he's pushing up top red. He's going to have a great vantage point over the map and hopefully make some big kills.
He's already switched to his thermal, but Killer anticipating that one nicely. Merc off to a great start, 2-0. He's had a sensational event so far. I have to give him some serious props because he tends to always be a player that people tend to overlook, Ro. You know, people always say, oh yeah, he played well, but there's always other players which seem to have more standout performances. But his consistency is what makes Merc one of the best players on all Call of Duty.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's the same sort of situation for the likes of TP and Evil Geniuses. They don't really get the credit they deserve because, unfortunately, their role in the game is to do the dirty work.
Right.
You know, Merc's putting himself in really difficult positions, but he is the player that's capable of pulling out all the stops when it comes to it.
Nameless, third story red, and this is exactly what he was doing yesterday. There's one, that should be two as well. Off to a great start, 3-1. Score streak as well. There's going to be another player just picking on that B Domo site. He's actually shut down his teammate, but Nameless. And he just becomes unstoppable. He literally becomes unstoppable when he's third story red.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Formal's slaying ability so far in this tournament, but I think Nameless is going to be going big in this game. We've seen how well he's been doing holding these positions. He's not being particularly aggressive. He's more of the defensive player for Envy. So he's going to be picking up a lot of kills. Let's see what's going on for one of the more aggressive players here, though. See what's going on with Formal.
Oh, Formal is in the enemy spawn. Just waiting, actually drops. Players should be running towards Nameless, who's just picked up that Vector, and he's just basically lined down, but no action is going to be on Merc's screen. There's one. They're going to connect. Doesn't look like it. Another player just drops down. He's going to see him. Easy kills for Merc, and right now, Optic Nation are really pinned back in their base, but as I said, you know, in all honesty, this is what we expect.
Yep.
You know, when we see Domination Freight, we expect Envy to be aggressive. We expect them to pick up, you know, a lot of kills and to really hold the spawn traps against Optic Nation. Nation, not the best domination team, but they make up with it with that sensational S&D.
Oh yeah, and I mean, what makes this game, this match of the Best of 5 series even better is the fact that, of course, some of the Envy players have previously featured in Optic. Of course,
right,
that being, yeah, you know, JCap and Merc. So there is a rivalry there. It's of course a friendly rivalry. These guys are great friends outside of the game, but you know, they really want to prove a point here.
Of course, Ricky finally gets his third kill of the game. That was on Formal. He decided to try and hop that B flag, but it's going to be Envy. That's your teammate, Ricky. You don't want to be shooting him, but nice plays on the B flag. Does get it neutral. Needs a little bit of assistance, and that is going to come. And Nation, oh, no, they're not going to get it. Nameless and Formal with big picks on the B flag are going to keep it neutral for now. 53-32. Big lead in favor of Team Envyus.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to be happy with that. They'll happily let this flag stay neutral. Of course, they're going to want to take it at some point, but it's actually Optic Nation that are making the push on this now as Killer does get shut down. It's going to be really difficult to take that B flag as all the players just seem to be watching it.
Ricky needs to keep his eye out for Nameless. Third story red. Ricky with two. Not going to find any more. But Ricky needs to dedicate himself to be that player that is going to shut down Nameless because, as I said, when he gets up top, there is no shutting him down.
I've got to say, I think Optic Nation rushed that a little bit. They were almost going in single file, and when they were going up against the whole of the Envy team, they were really struggling as Ricky does get shut down. And Miracles does get shut down.
Ambo's currently leading the team, 11-10. He's down as well. Miracles going to have to track back on this A flag, make sure he cleans it up before trying to push forward. He recognized Envy. We're going to be very aggressive. Another two-piece comes in from Miracles, and he started off very slow, but he is picking things up. The damage just being done here. Envy have held that B flag for so long in this game that realistically for Optic to come back, they're going to need a stellar performance on the second side.
Oh, definitely, because I can't see them bringing this B flag back anytime soon in this first half, and it's even worse for them because not only are Envy ahead, but they're getting further and further ahead as time goes by.
Yeah, they're just getting absolutely shut down. Nameless goes down, JCap on 5. Surprised at Formal, 11-6, or 12-7, as JCap picks up 2. I mean, he's playing well, don't get me wrong, but I just, you know, when you see Dom Freight, you expect him to be dropping like 40, 50 kills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching JCap there, of course, with the benefit of Oracle mode. He could see all those plays lining up for him, and he could have got a massive 4-piece there. Did get shut down, but look at this aggression from Envy. I mean, they're just driving Optic Nation back into the home spawn. It's not a case of them fighting them off B, they're just pinning them into A.
Yeah, and one big thing to note as well is how mentally Optic Nation going to react to this. That's the big thing, because you know how volatile they can often be.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be arguing in the middle of the game. All right, you're pretty much thrown away this first side. It's going to be pretty impossible to bring this back, to be honest, with the way Envy are playing. They're actually going to reach 100 points in the first side, which I don't think we've actually seen here at G3, but we're going to see it now for the first time. Formal with another 2 kills. Did pick his performance up somewhat towards the end. 16 and 9. Jacob 15 and 11. Merc 15 and 12. Nameless 17 and 8. It's pretty rare you see all 4 players in the first side with 15 plus kills. But Envy, they're coming out the gate hot.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing that worked for them there was just driving them back into the A spawn. Too many times we see teams just trying to hold that B flag. They kind of sit in the home spawn and just try and look over it. But what Envy did, they played so aggressively that Optic Nation just couldn't even break out.
Gonna be on board with Formal off the break. See how he's gonna play. Looks like he's gonna go straight towards red. Stun, hit marker. Could have actually just peeked a little bit quicker and got that kill. Goes out the nade instead. Hit marker. Is he gonna challenge? Being very, very patient, waiting for someone from Nation to push him. And obviously, when you have such a big lead, you don't actually need to jump on that B flag straight away. But Formal with 2. Nicely played. Third play to his left-hand side. Merc should be able to clean that one up, hopefully. But no, not gonna be able to. But Formal's there again.
Yeah, and that B flag is going to fall under Envy control. Optic Nation really did need to get that one first because they are in a lot of trouble.
Oh my lord.
Formal just running riot here now. He's probably going to find another straight in front of him.
Stop.
Can he follow it up?
Oh no! Oh, that would have been disgusting. But Ricky finally gets the kill.
I mean, and as you said, Benson, Formal now 21 to 10. That slaying ability really coming into play here on the first domination.
And the big thing that Formal really does on this map especially is he'll push through. He'll get into the enemy spawn. He'll really try and catch you off guard straight off spawn. And a lot of teams, you know, they don't like those up close and personal battles because Formal's accuracy is just so good. Any sort of 50-50 gunfight, you expect you to win.
Yep, well, here we go, seeing Ricky making plays once again, and that B flag does go into Optic Nation control, but they're going to need to do even more work, and Ricky knows it as he pushes towards A, and his teammates are supporting. Envy, though, just holding them off. Oh, and here's the element of surprise.
Gonna have a lot of work to do, and no, Formal just turns around, picks up the kill. Envyus has gone down as well. Killer needs to stay alive, keep that B flag. This is the longest, really, we've seen Optic with some form of control in this game, but already a player sneaking through red, and that's why it's so important you keep red control. It is Merc, and Merc's just going to sit here waiting, has the support of a teammate who does go down. That's Envyus. Merc's like, oh, easy kill.
Yeah, and what Merc's going to do is going to hover around this C flag, because if they do push onto A and start capturing it, he's just going to put the spawns, and does get taken out there, and they are now losing A.
They are indeed, but there's going to be a couple of players there. Ricky picked up one. Still there, though. He needs to be careful. Challenge. He does get the kill on Nameless, so Spawn's now flipping. Nation still with a 2-to-1 flag advantage, but if they want to reduce this deficit quickly, they're going to have to push for potentially a neutral.
Yeah, and I think they're pretty much going to have to. They don't have any choice, at least to try and neutralize it. If they could get a 3-cat, then they could really get themselves back into the game. And you're probably going to see some very defensive play now from Envy as we go into the closing minutes of this.
Oh, no. Envy, look at that. 2-man underground push. They're going to just try and put pressure on that A flag. Sneaky, smart plays, but that has been anticipated by this man right here, Miracles, who is having a great event. And there's one. Don't think he anticipated the second. In fact, he did. Miracles, this could be a huge second kill. It's going to be Formal challenges. Oh. And Formal picks up the kill. Nicely played by him. Yeah, that was brilliant from Miracles. As you say, he just read the play so well. He was waiting for them. Really unfortunate not to pick both of those kills up, but great play all the same. Is there anyone going to push the A flag? Doesn't look like it. Ricky cleaning up house. Merc, last man up. He's over at C. So Nation with some good defensive plays. 2 minutes left, though, and it's a 28-point deficit. Yeah. So we're going to need a bit more pressure, really, from Nation if they're going to try and bring this one back. I mean, if things just stayed as they are now, then it would finish with a 4-point lead for Envy. So Optic have no choice than to at least neutralize this C flag. Envy are wise to this now, and that's why, whilst they're not going to be all-out defensive, they're certainly going to be holding back. They don't need to push and overextend themselves. Problem is, though, the kills just aren't coming in their favor. It's always trading kills now. The first chance, really, for Nation to try and get the cap. It's going to be Ricky, who has someone in his sights, and neutral would be good enough. The spawns have come in on C as well. Is it neutral? No, it's not. Not enough time on the flag. Miracles is there. He's down. 3 plays down. Leaves up. Ember's all by himself. Luckily, though, you can see where Optic Nation have spawned. Very far pushed on the map, but time is running out, Rel. Yeah, they just need to neutralize this, and they're doing some great work here. They've held onto the 2 flags for a long time, and you can just see that score difference decreasing as every 5 seconds ticks by. So Optic are still in this. They just need one good, successful push. They need that big play, and this could be it. 3 plays go down. That's going to leave JCat by himself. He's being sprayed through the wall. Can he get a kill? No, he can't. Now expect to see Optic Nation push towards that base as quickly as they can. Embos with a kill. Is there anyone else over at Lumber? There's going to be 3 plays there. Embos goes down, though. Ricky, he's in a position to put more pressure down the middle alley, and Envy right now, to be honest, it looks like they're kind of just holding on for dear life. The big nade, can he get the second kill?
Oh.
Nothing but hit markers. That's unfortunate play.
Yeah, that is such a shame.
This
I mean,
is
that
it,
could have
though.
been a big push. It's all going to hang
This
on
is
this.
it.
Now the flag has been neutralized, I believe.
It's contested, it's neutral, but not for long. There's one player from Optic Nation who's going to be there. In the position is Envyus. He got a huge two-piece, but there's players on the B flag though. Ricky needs to go big. One more player there. Can he get the kill? 23 seconds left. It's a 6-point game. B goes in their favor. He should be able to hop it though.
Oh, he needs to get back on it. Oh, and I don't know which way this is going to go. I think Envy are just about going to end it.
It's
The
a
flag has to be
6-point game.
neutrals.
No, Envy with a big hold in the last
My
couple of
goodness.
seconds, but take nothing away. Nation with a huge comeback. It looked almost as if they were going to make some hero plays towards the end, but it wasn't to be, and Team Envyus hold on with a 7-point lead. Up next though, Search and Destroy Sovereign, Optic Nation versus Team Envyus. Now, one thing's for sure, Nation, they can't afford to drop an S&D. This is the game type which anyone here, you know, the casters or the analysis desk will tell you, they need to pick up. This is their surefire. They need to win those S&Ds. They can't afford to drop them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, is Killer using my shotgun?
Ricky was, is Killer?
No, he's not.
Yes.
Oh, come on, Killer.
No, he's not. Was that Bison class?
Possibly.
I think it was, but Envy have gone straight over towards the B site. A couple of players traded. Nameless down, and Embo's down as well. Bomb down, though. That's going to be good for Team Envyus now.
Yeah, that's a very, very quick plan. I mean, we talk about this sometimes on Search and Destroy. Either you have to play the slow game or you have to rush. There's no real middle game. You either take your time or you just go straight for it. And Merc has done just that. Very, very aggressive. And he's just going to hold on to this now with his teammates.
They're coming around from behind. Merc is going to go down. That was Ricky. J-Crap was there to trade the kill. Miracles just stays alive. It's a 2 versus 2. J-Cap and Formal against Killer and Miracles. Miracles going to get shot. Goes for the charge. Going to get the kill. Huge play comes in from Miracles. Now Formal last man. And he goes down to Killer. 15 seconds left. That's a defuse for Miracles. But I think he's going to give it to Killer. He picks it up just in time. No bomb glitch. Thank God.
Yeah.
And a woo comes in from someone in the crowd as Killer gets the defuse.
Yeah, it's always a tense moment, that. But yes, Killer with that defuse is going to mean Optic Nation do take the lead after suffering a bit of a blow on that Domination. You know, they've got to be disappointed with that. They were on the comeback, and I think they need this. They need a few rounds behind them to get the heads back in the game.
At the same time, though, I think they can definitely draw confidence from it. You know, going into that second side, they would have been like, guys, what is going on? We are getting ran through. And out of nowhere, they turn it into a very close 7-point game. So they can definitely take confidence that they can come back from big deficits like that. And hopefully, you know, if we do go to another Domination, maybe they can cause a bit of an upset. For now, though, Ricky is basically saying, anything you can do, Merc, I can do better. He's run all the way to that bomb site. Rush plant, bomb goes down.
And pretty much the exact same time as well. This time, though, Ricky has opted to go defensive from a different point, a very, very different point indeed. And one of the most important things, of course, when you're trying to defend a planted bomb is to just stay alive. The problem is when you're left all alone, you're going to have to take on all 4 of Envy, and it's not looking great for him.
Yeah, bomb will go down. Ricky tags up, doesn't get the kill. He was able to shut down Formal before J-Cap came in from the side. And as you said, well, when you do plant a bomb, the big thing to do really is stay alive. Hello, Mr. Cameraman, that scared me. The big thing you need to do is stay alive, bro. You don't want to be giving anything away.
Yeah, great work from Envy there to work, you know, real teamwork actually. They weren't selfish about it. They made sure one person was going for the defuse and everyone else was supporting them, just so that Ricky couldn't do anything, even though, you know, it really was always going their way. But finally, we're seeing a big push here. Both bomb sites so far that have been pushed away.
Yep, J-Cap has gone down, as has Miracles. Smoke, however, Merc's concussed. Embers with the nade on Nameless, so Formal last alive. Ricky cleans up Formal. Merc now in a 1-on-3 situation. The only thing he really has going for him, never mind.
Not much at all.
No, he has nothing going for him. He's down. Killer picks up a kill.
Yes, and Killer again getting more and more kills there. What's he on at the moment? 4-1, so great start from him. And you know what? Usually when we see Killer playing Search and Destroy on Sovereign, he does bring out the shotgun, and I love seeing some shotgun play because you can just see some massive kill feeds if everyone pushes into that B-bomb site.
As he's opted to stay clear of that for now. Not his go-to weapon.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we were saying about Killer before. The way he plays, it's very unorthodox. You just don't know what to expect with him. There's a lot of players. I heard one of the other players who I'll leave nameless, kind of saying people like Claystead often do the same thing over and over again, and it's quite an easy read. But with Killer, you just do not know what to expect.
Yeah, he can do anything at any point. He's kind of a, I don't know. It's just that the way that he plays the game is like, on a different level of other players. The way he sees or reads situations is my point. You know, he'll do things which no one expects, and because you don't expect it, it works.
Yeah, and here we go now, watching Miracles just keep him poised on that middle map area, waiting for someone to go for the challenge. He will have that advantage. He does not like that crate at all, just not his line of sight. Ricky picks up a kill.
Meanwhile, Miracle's staring at that B-bomb site, smoke screen in his way, pushes through. Now JCap 1-on-3. They know where JCap is. Killer with a two-piece, shuts down Formal and JCap, and right now this is going how we expected it, with Envy taking the first domination. And Nation in control of the S&D. Of course, it's not over just yet, but Killer 6-1. That's definitely going to help things out. And
I love the way that Miracles was just throwing himself around there for support. Very important, because if that Optic player did go down, Miracles would have been able to clean that up. So again, great teamwork from Optic. The communication that must be going on there must be insane.
Having a look through, see if anyone from Envy is using anything different. Doesn't look like it, so could be another traditional push. Bring up that mini-map full screen. You can see there is going to be one player who's actually pushed a little bit further forward. Who is this? Ooh.
Finally.
I see you, bro. Oh, never mind.
We didn't get to see much action out of it just yet, but I'm sure that will come in later on in the Sovereign Search and Destroy. So here we go, Merc, just waiting for the right moment to go. And you can see him just tippy-toeing over, and now, oh, he's wisely chosen to back off, knowing that he's been challenged.
It's a 2-on-3. Ricky has just got that kill as well. Merc, patience of a guru, now decides it's the chance to go for it. Nameless and Merc in a 2-on-1. I think Nameless is called out. Ricky with one. It's now a one-on-one situation. Merc's gonna peek to the right-hand side. Ricky could get the kill here. Is he gonna get it? He is! A 1 versus 2 clutch comes in from Ricky. That's gonna push him at 8-2. And Optic Nation 4-1 in the. Oh, the disrespect.
Oh, wow.
Let him know, Ricky. Let him know.
Yeah, Ricky very pleased with that, and quite rightly so. That was massive play, 1 versus 2, great accuracy from him, and as it just popped up on the screen there, an absolute hero for his team as he wins them that round. 4-1 now to Optic Nation.
8-2 Ricky, 6-2 Killer. Definitely a couple of players you're going to want to shut down. Merc with those 2 plants yet to get himself a kill though, but he's definitely doing his team a good service. And getting that bomb down is what often seems to be the biggest problem with a lot of search and destroys that we see. Teams leave it a little bit too late, get shot, but Merc very, very good at getting that bomb down and putting his team in a good position.
There we go, watching Ricky, who, as I say, has been absolutely fantastic throughout every single game I've seen him in here at G3. Does get shut down quite early though, on the board with Killer.
Miracle's down as well. However, JCap also down for Team Envyus, so it's a 2 versus 3. Killer, well, he doesn't know it, but
surrounded.
Here's a little bit. His teammate goes down. Killer for the 1 versus 3. Make that 1 versus 2 as he shuts down Merc. Now he's left in a sort of big decision here of how to play. Is he got? All right, Killer, you got the sniper rifle. Very rarely do I see Killer snipe, or successfully snipe, I should say, but.
Careful, Killer. Be very, very careful.
Check those corners. Pulls out the sniper rifle at the most inconvenient time. He was thinking about trying to check that back catwalk, and 2 Envyus players just kind of sandwiched him and were like, "What are you doing, bro?"
Yeah, I mean, the problem for Killer there was he knew that they were in that area, but he didn't quite know where, so he was checking every single corner as he was going up well. But the problem is when he's up against 2 people, they're going to have every single cut off. They're watching each other's back.
The big thing as well was him changing weapon. Immediately allowed Envyus to hear that. They span around and, well, they made it look easy from there. But still 4-2 in favor of Optic Nation. You've got Envyus on the attacking side now here at round number 7. And JCap done what? No, I thought JCap maybe had brought out a shotgun, but it wasn't to be. Potentially going to be lying on that bomb site. Is he going to push through? He's going to do it. Draws first blood. That Killer, that's a big kill. A couple more plays may actually rush him. He's going to go for him. Oh my lord, JCap just destroyed Embos. He knows there's a 3rd player back catwalk. He's free-firing. He knows he's there. Cap for the 3-piece. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. Nicely played, JCap.
And there we go. Big, big plays from JCap. Ex-Optic now representing NV, going against his previous organization and doing absolute work for them and bringing them back into this game, because Optic Nation have come out strong, but NV are pulling it back.
Yeah, they are. 7-5 for JCap. 6-4 for Nameless. So those 2 definitely people we need to be keeping our eyes for, but now it's actually just 1 round away from being all tied up here. So big round for Optic Nation on this attacking side. They need to make sure they win it. Just give themselves that cushion back a little bit and also breathe maybe a bit of a sigh of relief.
Well, here is Miracles anyway. I mean, one of the big slayers, particularly on the objective games, not doing particularly great so far in the Search and Destroy. But I'm sure he's going to be able to part some of the stomps, trying to get the wall bang, but does wisely back off after sustaining some damage.
Luckily, first blood comes in from Killer. That was on Formal. Miracles just taking his time. Embos over to his left-hand side. It's highlighted on that mini-map as well. There's a lot of support for Miracles. Get Gets tagged from the right-hand side. Nameless with a kill. Oh, that's unfortunate for Nameless. Tried to run away, ended up running into a door. Sort of deja vu, really, of Enable back in MLG Anaheim running straight into a door as opposed to getting out. But you see Killer has done such a smart play there. Rotating all the way around, opens up a bomb site, and he basically said, yeah, Miracles, come over here, bro. I've got an open bomb site for you.
Well, with Merc all on his own, he's going to have to do something special. 1 versus 3. Killer's able to pick up the kill, and that means Optic Nation 1 round away from bringing this series back to a 1-1 tie.
Yep. So far, yeah, we kind of got it right, but that Blitz really is going to be a tense one. Yeah. If, of course, Nation are able to close out this second map. As you said, we're out 5-3 up. You got Ricky and Killer, both with 9 and 4. These two really having a fantastic performance. We'll go over to the attacking team once again. It is going to be Team Envyus. Merc with that bomb.
I mean, I think this is it. You know, Blitz is literally going to decide who takes this. If Optic Nation doing this search and destroy, don't get me wrong. I mean, Envy are a great search and destroy team, and Optic are a great domination team. But I would say that they have their advantages on those. But
it would take a miracle, I think personally, for Optic Nation to try and take a domination off Envyus. I think Envy are more likely to take a S&D.
Well, they nearly did it. I mean, 7 points isn't a great deal. So
true. I'll admit that.
We won't rule them out just yet, but the bomb has been planted here on the B-bomb site. Let's see if Optic can hold on to this defense. It's 3 versus 4. But they've just got to run that time down. Ambo's
down. Killer and Ricky, 2 on 4. Killer spraying a wall. Ricky all by himself. This is not going to happen. Nice plays from Nameless, picking up 2 kills there in that any kill cam. And, well, it's not over just yet. As we said, Envy can easily come back and pick up this search and destroy. As Nameless, fantastic accuracy there.
Yep, the boys in blue are hanging in there by the skin of their teeth. They've won 1 round, they need 2 more. They cannot afford to drop a single round. They have to win both an attack and potentially the defense after.
Now the question, are we going to see anything different from Nation on the attacking side? This is where, Killer and those S&D strats can really come in, throw in a curveball every now and then and really catch you off guard. No, looks everything kind of normal for now, but a nice defensive push coming in from Envyus. Miracles, he gets draw first blood. Yes, he is. Ambos as well with a nade. And that's going to leave both Merc and Nameless in a 2-on-4 situation. Nameless is actually just rotating around. There's one player who's actually going to see him from Optic Nation. Embos goes down, 2-on-2 just like that. Miracles cleans up Merc though. That's going to leave Nameless in a 1 versus 2.
1 versus 2. If Nameless goes down, it will mean Optic Nation bring this series back to the 1-1 tie. Nameless needs to go big for his team. He's been doing it so far. 10-5 is his kill-death ratio, double positive. If there was any guy on Envy you want in this position, it's going to be Nameless.
But look at the way Ricky and Miracles are playing this so intelligently. The time ticking away. I think, yep, Nameless saw it. This is going to have to be a very smart play from Optic Nation here.
Yeah, this could be massive. I mean, if he gets the first kill, which is likely.
Oh no, he's caught sprinting. The minute he stops pre-aiming, the most inconvenient timing. We talk about COD timing a lot, but that was classic COD timing. The minute he stops pre-aiming and goes to try and reposition, Ricky jumps around the corner, picks up the kill, but a sensational performance from Optic Nation. Well, I want to have a look at Merc to kick things off. He had a somewhat shaky S&D, but he does his job well, and that's the key that you need to realize in S&D. Getting that bomb down isn't an easy task. Any professional Call of Duty player will tell you that. But when it comes to Blitz, he often, as we mentioned before, does that dirty work, does that dirty role, and often doesn't get praised for it. I want to see exactly how he's playing, pushes straight down the middle of the map, and if Nation aren't careful, this is going to be a cap straight away from Merc.
Oh, who is this that just got a nice
cap.
spawn?
Yes, it is. Well played, Merc.
Yeah, very, very early on. I mean, he's quite fortunate that spawn was so close to the home point that he could have just been shut down right at the last minute. I mean, Warhawk Blitz is one of these maps where sometimes you don't see many captures, so every single one is so, so important.
Speaking of sneaking around, Ricky in post. I thought he may have been able to try and escape that, but the gunfight was inevitable. Plays to his left-hand side, doesn't check his corner, he goes down. Meanwhile, the left-hand side of the map has opened up for Merc once again. Looks to his right-hand side, nice kill. That was on Miracles. That's going to leave a one-on-one gunfight left in the back of the spawn. It's going to be Embos against Merc if Merc decides to go for this.
Yeah, you can see he's just holding back a bit around this American area because he's just expecting someone to push, which they do. Great read there from Merc, and it's opened things up. There's only one player to defend it. If he makes this kill, he should get the capture, but he's chosen to retreat and keep alive.
You see the Optic Nation spawn there as well. Yeah. Everyone in Diner and Merc's kind of like, well, I'm just going to try and lie down. The nades go in, but this is where the pressure from Team Envyus is going to start to bank up a little bit. J-Cap's over on American side. Player goes down. That was Formal, who was potentially pushing bottom Genius, but nice play from Embos. Speaking of Embos, let's have a look at his perspective. Never mind, he's gone down. Ricky 3-3, breaks mid-gate. Player mid-street. Oh no, didn't have enough ammo. He's going to have to call that one out to his teammate.
Yep, here we go though. Killer is right round and just doing this defensive work now for his team. Trying to get the kill. Oh, Shaky shooting. Really difficult shot to make that actually. So
it is.
A great play there from Killer, and he's just trying to hold them off the home flag while his team push up.
Yeah, you can see a couple of plays from Envy playing a little bit sneaky. One player pushing all the way down. He's shut down. That was actually Ricky trying to make the play. Jacob's gone down bottom. Gina's as well. Player from Team Envyus. Is he going to get the cap? It's formal. He's like, nope, not challenging that today. He backs up. He's staying alive somehow. Managed to pick up a kill as well, but this is what Optic Nation needed to be careful of. It's Nameless, and this is a cap.
Yep, he's got right around the back. There's absolutely nobody to defend this, and that is going to be another cap there for Envy, which is great news for them. As I said, this isn't a map where you see all that many captures sometimes, so a 2-0 lead is definitely a really, really good one.
Unfortunately, 3 plays down for Nation. Once again, Killer, fresh off spawn. I suggest make sure they push out their base properly here. Try and cover all the lanes. Play bottom Genius, nicely picked up by Killer.
Go. Doing the defensive work. I mean, this is, I guess, fairly unusual-ish for Killer because I see him more as, you know, a run around, possibly pushing the objective player, but he's doing some great defensive work, and I think we're going to see him kind of open out a little bit, spread his wings.
The problem is, Nation aren't being able to push out their spawn. Every time they get a couple of kills, you know, pressure comes straight back on from Envyus, and that's really good to see because look, once again, Nameless pushes his American side, and players from Nation who haven't been able to push out have to track back. You've got Ricky, who's just trying to cover and figure out where Nameless is. There he is, right in front of him, nice pick. Finally, Nation should be able to get some map control, but doesn't look that way for now, as Embo's just gonna have to wait and try and get some kills once again.
Yeah, and kills are just being exchanged here, which is going to work in Envy's favor. If they can just hold them off, then they're absolutely fine with that. They'll stay content. Whilst they don't necessarily need to get any more captures, though, they will still be pushing. There's still a lot of time left to play in this game, and both Optic Nation and Envy will be aware of that, as Envy secure their 3rd capture.
And look at that, Envy are going to be lining up. Oh, just as I said that, I thought for a minute there they were, but they're not going to be. Don't forget I said it.
There we go, Jacob mid-map area trying to pick up a kill, unable to do so. Oh, and he needs to reload his gun. He was just about to run out of ammo, got shut down anyway.
Oh, Nameless. Nasty shot on Killer. He's going to open up the map a little bit, but a couple of players spawn in. Diner goes for it. Not going to happen. Player pushing in from the side.
Yeah,
Nation's really, they've just been pinned in the back of the base roll. Like, there's really not much they can do. It's a 3-0 lead in favor of Envyus, but every time they push out, they miss someone and they sneak through.
I love that leap of faith from Nameless there, straight off the van, unable to actually get the capture. But you're absolutely right. I mean, Envy are doing great work by pinning them back in the spawn, and this is something that we keep seeing from Envy. It's not necessarily a case of defending your home point, it's just trapping the other team in theirs. Envy do it brilliantly, but Optic Nation are capable of breaking out of this.
This is going to be a cap from Envyus once again, and Envy just played this so well. 4-0 lead, last 28 seconds. They haven't given anything up in this whole first 5 minutes, Rel. It's been Optic Nation in the very back of their base.
Yeah, there's just nothing they've really been able to do. I mean, even looking at the kill deaths going on there, we can see Killer breaking neutral, but apart from that, every player is negative. Merc and Nameless doing absolute work for the team. Look at Merc there, 15-7, got a capture as well. He's going for his second, he's gonna make the push. Oh, he is unable to make that kill, but does get taken out.
But again, you know, every time we see those situations, you kind of expect to look at that minimap and see a potential trade. Not happening from Nation. No one from Nation overextending. They're all dropping back. And because of that, they've not really been able to keep up in this Blitz game.
Yeah, and I think Envy are just going to keep on doing what they're doing. So it's not necessarily defensive. It's almost like passive-aggressive. They're just pushing the other team back into the home spawn, not necessarily going for the captures, but just preventing them getting anywhere close to their home base.
Merc having a great game as well, 15-8. Instead, look out for him, and really has played very, very well in that first half. Can he continue where he left off? I'm sure in the first half, Merc ran straight down the middle of the street, got a cap. Not this time, 2 players go down. Finally, Nation may be able to really get some big map control. J-Cap's down as well, that's going to leave Formal to try and get some kills. Turns around, oh, I thought for a minute he was going to do it.
Oh, and this is just a lot of kills being made here in Optic, finding themselves in trouble once again. Embo's going to have to come big for his team and try and get this capture.
He needs the cap.
Oh, and he could have just ran for it there. There was no one to defend, but now there is.
He needed to just go for that there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have the benefit of Oracle mode. We can see the minimap, we can see where the players are. But when you're in the heat of the moment and you're actually competing at this level, you've got to make tough decisions like that. Unfortunately for Envyus, it was the wrong one.
Meanwhile, Miracles is going to be trying to push down this left-hand side. 2 players down. 1 player on the stairs. Miracle is going to get shot. Merc thinking about potentially pushing. There's a player in tin. He should be able to pick up this kill. 9 bullets, not going to happen actually. Embos cleans up. Nameless looking over towards American. Nobody is going to be there. And you see now it's kind of polar opposite from what we saw in the first side now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, about 1 minute 15 has been played so far of the second half, and not a single capture has gone down. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's not the fastest of paced Blitz maps. So this 4-0 lead that Envy secured on the first side is really paying dividends here, because Optic Nation just don't seem to be able to answer back.
3 players down though. Once again, Nation going to try and push, but these are the kills which count. Ricky not going to pick up his kill. Killer will get his. One more player in Dyna. Pre-fires. Not going to find the second. He is going to get rushed though. Nice nade. Oh, the hit marker. He's one shot. Teammate helps out. And this is the kill at the very back of the map. Not going to happen. Nameless gets it. And no matter what, you're going to see Envyus 5-0 up. That's for sure. And solid defense once again from them. And Nation just not able to hang right here.
It's so funny,
Warhawk.
Ben, I can just see you trying to flick onto an Optic Nation player, but every single time you do, they just keep dying. So, you know, Envy doing massive slaying work here, and you can just see this continuing. Ricky, though, trying to answer back, takes down J-Cap and just pushes down Ali straight into America now, and trying to get them, take them by the element of surprise. I don't think anyone was expecting it, but they are defending heavily as it goes 6-0 to Envy.
Now you see everyone from Optic Nation just choosing to overextend that. Even the player straight up spawn, so Formal's going to sit there and say, oh, 7-0, don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. And with 2.5 minutes left, Optic Nation need just shy of a miracle to bring themselves back into this.
Yeah, I think this could be game over in terms of Blitz. I mean, there's still plenty of time for Optic Nation to bring this back. Given the fact that they haven't secured a single capture so far, it's not looking great for them.
Yeah, really. Backs against the wall. Thinking of the next map as well, Dom Octane. Gotta favor Team Envyus in that. I mean, obviously the first domination, Optic were able to come back and make a comeback, but just think about just the way that, you know, Nation like to play SD. You know, for example, Strike Zone, the rotation game. Octane is one of those maps where if you get control of B, you can just post up with some ARs and just slay absolutely everything around them, and that's something that Envyus can just be so lethal at.
Yeah, and you know, you were saying this before, Ben. You said that if Envyus do take this Blitz, then this series is going to end 3-1 in their favor. So we'll see if that rings true later on. I mean, as I said, there is still potential the time for Optic Nation to get back into this.
It's over.
Oh no, Ricky, that's the most unfortunate thing that can happen on Blitz. He went for the slide, and he got killed as he kind of crouched on the way there.
Yep. Killer on your screen now. I mean, you look at the scoreboard and not really massive outslaying that's gone down. It's just, you know, the first side, Envy pretty much pinned Nation in their base, and then we're able to just get some good caps from it. While Nation not able to get those caps when they matter. Yeah,
this is it. It's such a teamwork-based game, Blitz, that it doesn't necessarily matter how many kills you're getting. You know, you can go for the sneaky captures, you can push around the back. Strictly speaking, you don't even have to get a single kill to get the capture.
Right.
So it just kind of shows that even though the kills are slightly in Envy's favor, the fact that it's an 8-0 scoreline kind of tells a different story.
Finally, Embos is going to slide one home for Optic Nation, but it's immediately traded off with Merc getting a cap of his own. Run ball with J-Cap though. He's trying to set up a bit of a spawn trap here inside the Nation base. Play challenges. He does go down. Nameless is there to trade, and Nameless should be able to get another cap.
Yeah, it was very much a consolation capture there, and look at that scoreline, 10-1. Envy really, really strong here, and they've got to be pumped off this. And don't forget, guys, both of these teams are guaranteed £5,000 worth in prize money, but if they win this game and get to the grand final, it's a guaranteed 15,000 with a potential 30,000 for first place.
Sounds pretty good, that.
Yeah, I mean, so essentially what we're saying here is this is almost in a way a £10,000 series. Think about that. Yeah, there's a lot of money riding on this. The pressure on these guys' shoulders must be huge. Obviously, there's a lot of fans watching back home and here at the event, supporting their favorite teams, and they don't want to let you guys down. So Optic Nation have a lot of work to do in the following Domination Search and Destroy. Yeah,
Domination Octane, I mean, as I said, I personally just don't see it. I think Envyus are going to be too strong. You saw how lethal Nameless is with that, you know, dual band, thermal assault rifle, and that was on Freight. You know, you add bigger sidelines, he's only going to get more dangerous.
Yes, and as you say, Octane Domination, I mean, it's going to be hectic. The B flag that's in the central position on this map is so important. Sometimes teams will just capture that, and then the other team just cannot reclaim it one bit. It's so open, and there's so many vantage points to actually cover it from.
Yeah, it's very, very tough. So for me, that next domination is just going to come down to who is going to get that B flag first, and whoever does just needs to hold it.
Absolutely. Well, what we're going to do is go to a very quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere, because we will be coming back for Game 4 in this Best of 5 series. Currently 2-1 to Envy, and it's going to be Octane Domination. We'll see you guys soon. Well, what we saw in the first domination was Envy take a massive lead on the first half. 44 points were in their favor, and Optic just seemed to come clutch in the second half. It was just a little bit, it was too little too late, so to speak.
So, J-Cap and and Nameless are going to be running ARs. You've got Ricky with an AR, and you've got Killer with an AR. So basically, Killer and Ricky are going to be shutting down JCap and Nameless. Have a look at Nameless already with an engagement, and that's why you flick your exciting. Oh, Embos jumps back out, gives him the business. First play to go down is Nameless.
Yep, here we go on board with Merc, seeing what he can do here. He goes for a quick flank. Nobody really pushing that B flank yet. Everyone very conscious that you know, is being covered by the opposing team. But here we go, seeing a push on the home flag by Merc, who's in a great position actually to get the cutoffs. Gotta be careful, though, Merc. There's someone coming for you.
The problem is this is going to be a very early trip cap potential, because whilst all that's going on, Nameless is sat on the B flag saying, "Oh, my boys, thanks very much. You just made my life very, very easy." B flag goes in favor of Envyus, and now this is what I was afraid of, Ralph, for Optic Nation. How are they going to get this B flag back? You're just going to have JCap and Nameless, who are just going to slay absolutely everything. Formal's going to be running around like a madman with that MTAR, and you know what? He's like up close and personal, pretty much impossible to kill. Yeah,
and it's great to actually see an MTAR. I was saying this in one of the other games. It's so vector dominated now, Ghost. The MTAR is almost old school,
right.
But Formal is bringing it back here for Octane. It does offer a slightly longer range. So Formal's going to be putting that to use on this map where there are these open areas.
Yeah, he's also potentially thinking about going back to try and neutral that A flag. He hasn't really seen anyone in his whole journey. Embos is going to be the play to try and put a stop, and Formal just completely career-ended Embos. Oh, that was nasty. We saw a crazy turn on earlier on with Josh on nade shot, but that one's going to be up there as well.
Yep, Ricky getting shut down as well. Now they've got to be careful here, Optic Nation, because this is what we were saying before the game. The B flag on this map is so exposed that it's hard to make a push. What Optic Nation needs to do is pick up a lot of kills and then collectively as a group go for that capture. The only other alternative is to really start driving Envy back into the home spawn, so we need to see some slaying from Optic.
They did manage to get 2 plays down. I think Killer can try and support his teammate. A couple of kills do go down, so if they're going to have a chance, this could be it. Killer switches out to the thermal site. Teammate goes down. He stays alive and does get that capture. So Nation now with 2 flag control, but watch out for Envy, because just knowing how they play, Merc could be very sneaky here and just rotate all the way to A if he wanted to.
Yeah, well, this is pretty much what he did the first time when that B flag was neutral. What he's actually doing is holding back, and you know, the tables have turned. It's now Envy that needs to be starting to pick up kills before they make this push.
Miracle's very aggressive as well in that Envy base. He's going to peek around that corner. There's 1 kill, 2 players down. B flag still completely under their control, but Miracles will have to backtrack a little bit and just try and give some cover, because you can see a lot of players over by gas, and that's exactly what he's done. Peeks around the corner. Wow. Miracles on a rampage right now. That's a 4 points, 3 turns the corner. Nameless shuts him down. Yeah,
he was so weak there, he couldn't really afford to challenge anything, so Nameless, great defensive work. But, you know, as we've said before, Ben, that B flag is going to be really difficult for Envy now, and Optic Nation are setting up great. They're actually pulling this back. They're only trailing by 8 points, make that 7, as that score deficit narrows.
What's interesting is Miracle's now the only Optic Nation player with an SMG. Embos actually switched out to an assault rifle once they got control of B. Their sort of game plan was, guys, get control of B, hold it. You know, before they had B, they wanted to get that SMG power as Embo slays a couple of players. However, he does immediately go down. Envy back with control of B. And Envy, of course, with that 53 to 46 point lead.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was there, Envy did get control of B, but in doing so, they did lose the control of C, which is currently neutral. So they do need to get that back if they want to start increasing their lead and break away further from Optic Nation.
Big couple of nades come in, and, well, A is going to be lost. So if I'm Ricky here, you want to push in, try and get a little bit of map control, slay them off their base. Embos with the Dino Spawn, still using that assault rifle. Can he try and put the stop on A? Well, he's going to see Merc, gets the kill. And realistically here, he could actually pop this. However, at the other side of the map, Formal highlighted, could actually drop back to C, but a God Spawn comes in. Miracles with the luckiest spawn I've ever seen. He's going to get that kill on Formal. A still neutralized, and Killer, he could actually hop A here once again.
Oh, that's going to be so frustrating for Formal.
If they watch that VOD back, Formal's going to be so mad.
Yeah, it's, as you say, that was just the spawn there that really, really benefited Optic Nation. Yeah. Killer here, though, is just going to be holding back a little bit. That A flag has been neutralized, so the score difference will remain the same until that has been captured. Big knife there from Killer, and now we're seeing the push to the A flag.
Yeah, he has to. He has no choice, but whilst this is going on, B still under Envy control. Finally, Miracles is going to hop on it, but the smokes go down, the nades fly in. Not really much you could do. Last 29 seconds. It's a 12-point game. It's not as one-sided as I truly expected, but it has pretty much been played the way I thought it would be. Flags not neutralized. Just need a little bit of help with Miracles trying to pick up a couple of kills. 2 plays go down, 3 plays go down. Miracles still with 15 seconds left, trying to play for the neutral. Not going to happen. Nameless. I mean, I told you he was going to be the thorn on their side. He's 14 and 8. And it's those big clutch plays on that B flag, which just make him, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best plays on this game. Yeah,
it was really unfortunate there. On both occasions, it was a split second away from actually neutralizing. But that first half is going to end 82-65 in favor of Envy. Now, that score difference is a lot less than what we saw in the first half of the previous Domination, so maybe Optic stepped things up in the second half.
Yeah, of course, you can never write them out, but again, it's just the way Envy played that. You know, when they had control of B, it was really well played. And then even when the game was being played kind of the way that Nation wanted it, with the rotations, you know, with the flags being neutral, Envy still stayed composed. They never lost that B flag at any point.
Okay, well, we're going to have to see Optic Nation open up really strong here if they want to take this, because Envy are looking so good. I mean, don't forget, guys, if Envy win this, they are guaranteed £15,000. Both of these teams already guaranteed 5,000 each, but of course, the opportunity to play for the 30,000 and become the new Gfinity champions.
As you mentioned earlier on, we are guaranteed a new Gfinity champion. G have crashed out of the tournament. JCap up top, though. Definitely going to be trying to give Envyus their first Call of Duty title, the first major Call of Duty title, I should say. And to be honest, this is one of the best Envyus teams I've seen in a very long time.
Oh yeah, and they're really proving it here at this event. Looking very strong. JCap under fire. He's going for the lamppost bang.
Lamppost bang.
Didn't quite pull it off though, as they do make the move onto B, which should be secured now. And there we go, it does fall under Envy control. Things are just getting better and better for the boys in blue. Yeah,
pressure now on Optic Nation to try and make some plays. They need the kills first, and that's a good start. Miracles picks up one. Let's have a look at Miracles' screen. Vector out, that's a second. Can he find anybody else? Formal got a big two-piece as well in that kill feed. Running through the smoke, not gonna happen. JCap's AR slays him down.
Yeah, Optic Nation doing everything they can, but three go down there. Nameless with a big two-piece against Embos and Killer. Ricky's trying to get a kill of his own, but he gets shut down as well, and that kill feed is just getting completely Envy dominated, but Killer is breaking that up.
Yeah, you see once again Optic trying to break out of gas, but look at what Formal's doing. Going on a sneaky little flank here, all the way around the outside. That's going to be one, that's going to be two, and he just made that look so easy. As well as that, the third player from Optic Nation went down, and they're going to try and hop on that C flag. Meanwhile, the other side of the map, Embos is on A. So A will be at least neutral, but is he going to win the gunfight? No, he's not. C under Envy control. In fact, no, C still under Optic Nation control. 4 players go down, though. And that C flag will go back for Team Envyus.
Yeah, and Optic Nation really in trouble. Could have been a 3-cap for a second then.
Yes, could have been. But just over 2.5 minutes left, 116-89. JCap, jump shot, swagger to that. Could actually lose B here, so this is actually the first instance where Optic Nation could get control. Formal! Oh my god! Killer and... Oh no. Just no.
He just ruined them. That was amazing. Spinning round, wielding that gun, just spraying it everywhere,
Halo,
picking up the kills.
Halo.
Oh, Halo's the factor.
It is.
Here we go.
Really
Miracles though with a 2-piece of his own. Make that a 3. There is a 4th. Oh, and he could have followed that up. That could have been insane, but still a 3-piece was great work from him.
JCap trying to make some plays, not going to happen. So with 2 minutes left, Optic Nation finally going to get control of B. Surely that's C-B control. Now they're going to need to once again start thinking about, it's deja vu, Rel. It really is. They're going to have to start thinking about potentially playing for a neutral, and that's exactly what Miracles is going to try and do now.
There we go. Miracles needs to do something special. He's going for the kills first, maybe wisely so, but he has been shut down. There is still time for Optic Nation to bring this back.
Ambos needs to go just bigger than life. In fact, no, it's his teammate that does. That's going to get big relief there for Optic Nation. 132 to 108. 1 minute 43 left. Ambos down as well. 3 plays down. Killer now time to clutch up. Not going to happen. Plays fresh off spawn. Envy hop on B. And for me, this is game over if they get this flag.
Yeah, Optic wouldn't have won that if they had the 2 flag capture. They needed to at least neutralize the home flag of Envy. But Envy have secured B, and Optic Nation are looking like they're in trouble. This could be where they bow out of this tournament, Ben.
Yeah, you see Miracles trying to make a desperation play over at A. It's a big play, but time's just running out. Is he going to get the flag? He's lying in the smoke. Oh my, no. Formal once again. A big kill comes in from him, 23-17, but I'm just going to come out and say it. I told you Nameless was going to be the thorn in the side. He's 29-16. He's had a phenomenal map, and last minute really just want to close out with him, although actually Nation could get a trip cap. Is it mathematically possible if they get the trip cap?
Maybe.
Good maths, Rel.
Possibly.
Good maths.
I'm going to say possibly.
Solid work. Well, 42 seconds. We're going to see exactly how close this gets. Nameless on the A flag has it neutral. If he caps it, I would imagine that would be completely over, but our mass clearly failing us. In fact, 3 players go down.
This is
I swear to
interesting.
God, if Nation do this, it's a 16-point game with 30 seconds
boy.
left. They're going to get a trip cap. That's what?
They can do it. I think they can do it.
Oh, this is my mass has completely failed me. The trip cap is locked in. I swear to God, everyone in the chat's gonna be like, your math is awful. Well, yep, it is awful.
This.
They can, 16 seconds left. It's a 6-point game.
They
If
need
they
to
hold
get
it for
B.
2 ticks, they're gonna get it. But B's being taken away from them. Who is this player? Envyus. The flag is neutral. Will it tick?
Oh,
no. They've lost it.
Oh, no.
They've lost it unless they get this cap. If they get this cap, it may tick. No, a 1-point game.
Oh,
Envy
it's a
win by
1
1. Oh my goodness gracious me, Rel.
Wow, it all hung on that B flag there. I mean, I thought it was pretty much over. I thought when we were discussing, is it even possible to bring it back, I was like, well, maybe, but it's not going to happen. And then they just did that 1 single point. If they'd have made that kill, it'd have tied the game. Wow, really, really unfortunate there.
The sigh of relief
by
comes in
Optic
from
Nation, but Envy played out of their skin. Incredible play by every single one of these players on this stage right now. Great sportsmanship, as we say, rivals in games, but good friends outside.
Oh, 100%.